Alright, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio, and today we're going to take a look at some of the squats. Votanns. That being said, if you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. Share with your friends if you're into Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, Little Horse Heresy, pretty much anything to do with games, workshop, tabletop war games. Do at least one video every single day. Reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials. So check out the playlist. Alright, the mighty Hearthkin are the core of the Leagues of Votann's armies, and here they are. So finally, more than one model. After many millennia of isolation, the Leagues of Votann are returning to the galactic stage, and ready to dirty their hands, protect the holds, and defend their way of life. When we first announced the return of the ancient faction, we showed off a single Hearthkin warrior. Well, now here's a whole squad. Alright, so, as I suspected and told you guys at first, looks like they picked the absolute worst model to show off, as just these two we see right here look better right away. So we have another guy equipped the same as the other one. I'm not sure if this is just my imagination, but this guy right here, that face, looks like Paul Sr. from American Choppers. So I'm not sure if anybody else watched that show or if I'm just crazy, but this definitely looks like the dad. Paul Sr. So, it looks cool overall. I definitely like the look of these heads. Much better. My dude right here with the sword. Again, this looks kind of AdMech-y to me, which isn't bad. It just looks a lot like the kind of style of the Adeptus Mechanicus power swords. And then we see a plasma pistol. Cool face. Some kind of like little crest thing above his head. Actually looks a lot like some of the Fire Slayers models have something similar to this. I'll have to see some more pictures. One thing I am noticing though is somewhere we saw there was like, oh, you know what? It might have been on the squats where they have like a dwarf head for their belt buckle. So that was probably just the Necromunda squats. Overall, both these models look great. I like it. This guy, again, obviously much more like the original guy we saw. But, obviously there's got to be some kind of like generic looking guys. Alright, and then next we got a couple more. So he's got a sort of like half visor kind of put down, looking at some important instruments, and kind of like the bolter on the side there, or the gun on the side there. Looks good. This is obviously some sort of like comms or communication type guy. Again, we're seeing, they don't look like the Primaris, but they have like remnants of what we're seeing with the Primaris. They look nice. I like them. They look like squatted Primaris Marines. And squats themselves have like kind of mixed. So here, this gun, I'm not sure exactly what that is. I believe they told us some names on them, but obviously has a little bit of like a las cannon type feel to it. Some sort of laser rifle. This guy has the fully closed dome. Now this is a little bit strange here. This is kind of what I pictured the dome heads like kind of looking like. And like here we have like the outer dome, I guess you would call it, and then the green is sort of like the inner dome, and then there's an actual like visor that looks like it like flips down here. This one looks completely different. So what I'm guessing here, and I could be wrong, but again, now look at these legs right here. These obviously are like armored mechanical looking legs right there. These are, soft pants with like knee pads. I am guessing that this is one of the robots. I am guessing this is actually one of the robots. Because, again, the visor difference, and then this looks like, basically metal or mechanical legs. And we know that they were talking about how with kin, they have their little robot buddies, and the robot buddies are treated the exact same way as kin. No robot discrimination, not from the squats. So that makes me think, what were they called? The something kin. I can't remember what the robots were called, but in my opinion, this one is clearly a robot mixed in with the regular squatty squats. So here again, we see a full helmet on this guy, and this is the different style full helmet. This is what we see on the regular guys. So again, that really makes me think that other guy is a robot. This one has the fully closed dome and what you would expect to see. The first one has the fully closed dome, but looks different, and again, probably a robot. Very cool sniper rifle style thing going on here. Looks to me like a kind of like rail rifle type. Very cool. This is very cool. This one is, again, another one of the regular kin. You can kind of see his little dwarf face peeking through the half helmet. Looks cool. This one is a little more dynamic. Looks like he's running forward on one foot. We got something going on. Can't quite tell what that is. Maybe a hammer or a pick or something. I'm not sure. Very cool though. Liking these models as well. Alright, so here we got a couple more. Based on what GW is doing and what they think a female looks like, and then also what they think a squat looks like, it looks like these two models are female squats. We obviously saw a female biker already, but I would say that based on the way they see features for female dwarves, I would say, or squats, whatever, Votann, I would say that these two are female models because they have sort of a feminine look to them. They don't have a mustache or some kind of like facial hair peeking through. So again, it looks like this is what GW, thinks a female squat looks like. So this one has a pistol and a, what appears to be sort of like a power knife. This one has one of those same regular guns. And then again, okay, so we can see pretty clearly here, it does in fact look like a hammer or maybe a mining pick. One blunt side and then one kind of like pick side. They look good. They look good. Games Workshop has spent so many years making horrible looking female sculpts, and then they're finally like good at female sculpts, and honestly, then we get these, which in my opinion, just don't look great comparison. But the truth is, with these models, and the beauty of it is, you can literally just not use these heads. So if you think these heads look like trash, or you don't want female squats, or at least not these two, pretty sure you can just swap out, put a different head, and no one would ever know the wiser. So I do like that they have carabiners on their belts too. Makes me think that they're like deep underground, like mining and spelunking and stuff. So this is the first guy they showed off. Again, in my opinion, well, it's a tough one because, to tell you the truth, the female ones and this one both look horrible. So it's not that they're just not good at making females. They're just not good at certain things. So I don't like that head. It's terrible. He's by far the worst guy. So what is this dude got going on right here? I'm not sure. This has some crazy thing on his backpack. Some crazy things. He's got his gun down at the side and definitely appears to be tinkering with some equipment. Very cool though. I don't know what's going on here, but I like it. I like the crazy goggles and his little handlebar mustache. Really like these models. They look great. They look absolutely great. So what did we have there? Was that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4. The robot one looks awesome. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10. So 10 of these all look good. Maybe a couple heads that you could probably pull a pass on if you wanted. These hardy clone warriors form the core of the kin hosts, and unlike the Adeptus Astartes, they are not bred solely for war. These soldiers are citizens drawn from the populace of the holds, regardless of gender, job, or social role. Okay, so everybody's treated equal in the kin world. They're kin who have undergone rigorous martial training. Yes, but they also have fulfilling lives outside of war. Okay, so that's great. Next we have Hearthkin warriors are often engineered with particular clone skins. These allow them to specialize in combat, heightened senses, improved stamina, and the ability to see better in the dark, to name but a few. In contrast, others augment their bodies for the battle with mechanical limbs and synthetic organs, held in equal status in League Society. Ironkin, so that's our buddy, also fight shoulder to shoulder with the flesh and blood comrades. Kin are kin, even in war. So, this guy, Ironkin right here for sure, in my opinion. Really cool though. Definitely liking these models. They look great. They look great. We see Paul Sr. down here looking good as well. Each unit of the Hearthkin number 10 to 20 strong and is led by an experienced Thane. These doughty squat leaders have the honor of responsibility of commanding their fellow kin and are able to arm themselves with a variety of hand-to-hand combat weapons, including the brutal concussion gauntlets and vicious plasma axes. Alright, so again we see these appear to be 2 leader models, aka Thane. This one again, female, pistol and the axe, and then we can see a little closer. So these do look a lot like the kind of fire slayers things that we see. I think it's like the Magmadroth rider. One of them has like a kind of crest thing like this. Pretty cool overall. I really like these. They look good. This face looks awesome. He's got like a scar and a whited out eyeball, plasma pistol and sword. Very nice. I am definitely liking these. I know initially people were a little mixed on them because we only saw one model, and then the bike as well, or the hover trike. I really like these. I think they look awesome. Thanes communicate with their squad with the aid of cybernetic implants, relaying strategic instructions from the commanders of the outbound to their units. Oathband. Who carry specialized heavy weapons such as L7 missile launchers, Edicarn plasma beamers, and Magna rail rifles. These units work effortlessly in conjunction with one another, regardless of their specialization. Some are tasked with sundering the defenses of heavily armored opponents with ion blasters and high-las auto rifles, while others capture battlefield objectives and lay down a hail of saturated fire with their autark pattern bolters. Autark. Interesting. Alright, so here we see a couple of those guns. Ion blasters with high-las auto rifles. And then a hail of saturated fire with the autark pattern bolters. Okay. So I'm not really sure what's what. I would say this has got to be the ion blaster. And maybe this is a high-las auto rifle. I'm not sure. This looks to me, this obviously has, shells that go in here. This is obviously like a plasma or ion weapon. And then here we see like the revolver pistol. So I'm not sure what the names are and what exactly everything is. I would think that the high-las rifle would be some sort of laser weapon. And then obviously like plasma or ion would be this. So this has to be the iron blaster. Interesting. So I don't know. We'll see in time what some of the weapon names are called. This is super cool though. I really like that. Leagues of Votann believe that nothing is worth doing unless it is done well. And they wage war as methodically as any other pursuit. And the cost of the fight cannot be justified. They will retire from the battle in good order. Every commander, from Thanes to the Grand Leader of the Oathband, will ensure no kin lives are wasted in the pursuit of victory. To help limit unnecessary loss of life, squats of Hearthkin often go to battle with experienced field medics or skilled engineers for Ironkin who can tend to any injuries. Be they mechanical or meat, no kin gets left behind. So interesting. So they have 2 different types of medics, or maybe just one. They say battle with experienced field medics or skilled engineers for the Ironkin. So I wonder if there will be sort of like a repair or heal status kind of going on there. So plenty more coming from the Leagues of Votann, but a direct command from the ancestors means that we have to finish here. Alright, so we're going to have some more updates coming in the future. I have to say that these look great. I really, really like them. They look absolutely awesome. Definitely a fan. I would have to say overall, if there was going to be one thing I didn't like about these models, I would want it to be their heads, because you're going to get extra heads and you can definitely like swap those out. So it looks great. I wonder if this is the engineer who like heals the Ironkin. Interesting. But overall, these look great. So let me know what you guys think down below. I know so far these have been surprisingly mixed review. A lot of pushback on these kin, as people just don't seem to like them. I've heard a few people say that they like them. I like them. But overall, I would have to say that at least the loudest people in the room are definitely complaining about these. So I'm curious, if you like these now that we've seen a couple more, or you dislike them, please share down below. What do you like about them? What don't you like about them? Are you excited to play them? Are you just trolling because you're mad that we don't have a Imperial Guard Codex or Demon Codex? and we're getting all these new squat stuff. Just let me know what you think. I always like to hear from you guys. But the fact of the matter is, in my opinion, these look awesome. Looks like we're going to get a box set of 10 of them, and they can be fielded in squads of up to 20. We definitely have some robots as well as some regular guys. Really like the look of these. So yeah, definitely excited for the overall squat releases. So we will see in good time. That's it for today. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you're into Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, or some Horus Heresy, we do at least one video every single day. Reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion, tutorials. If you enjoy any of that stuff, subscribe. It's absolutely free and definitely supports the channel. Appreciate each and every one of you that comments in the videos down below, shares them with your friends, or subscribes and likes as well. That's it for today, Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.